This is the LowcoSports Lowdown podcast. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr. Hey, Lowco sports fans. Welcome to what is going to be a terrific Monday night edition of the Lowco Sports Lowdown. We don't know who all is going to show up because some people, they got to watch football. I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm sacrificing this Chiefs game. I'm trying to get it up. But we don't know if John Hop's going to sacrifice his Eagles game or not. Yeah, I think it means a little bit more to him than it does to me. But that's okay. Yeah, we understand. Yeah. But nonetheless, we're going to have great representation from two state championship teams tonight. Ron Peduzzi and Matt Smith are already waiting in the green room to talk about Hilton Head Christian Academy taking their third state title in the last 4 years, fourth trip in the last 5 years. Been a really good run for that program, and those two guys have been at the helm for a while now and seen it to where it is now. So we're going to talk with them in just a bit, and then we're also going to have the Stricklander as well as Coach Joe Gray, and I believe the Wonderkind Jackson Wiggins also joining us tonight to talk about Patrick Henry's state championship. First one since '94 for them, so other end of the spectrum. They've been waiting a minute for this one, but they are very excited out there. And then, of course, we'll talk Hampton County a bit later, watch Lowco Lights, and we'll talk a little hoops. And we're also, goodness, it's jam-packed. We got Bryson Nimmer coming by. He just won the second stage of Q School, not advanced, won first place. Speaking of Hilton Head Christian Academy graduates. So he's going on to the final stage of Q School. He's already guaranteed, I believe, 8 starts. So he's got himself in a good position already and looking to play himself into an even better one for next season. So we're going to chat with him. I haven't caught up with him in a while. He's also engaged now, so that's exciting news. So lots of good stuff. And Peduzzi just dropped out. He was looking like he was having some technical difficulties over there. So we'll see if he can get sorted out. Might have to send in the IT squad over there. But anyway, we're going to have a great show tonight. And Wes, as I alluded to, 2 state championships on Saturday up at Charleston Southern. As we said after the game, we went 0-2 last year, and it was kind of a somber drive home, just reflecting on the day and the season. But this time, we got our Freddy's Steak Burgers on the way out of town, and it was an energized drive home. And I was still raring to go when we got back. So it was a great day on Saturday for Lowcountry sports in general, because USCB also had another home game. Men got a dub and put up 100 again. So it's just been a really fun, crazy time here for a couple of weeks, and I'm looking forward to catching my breath this week. Yeah,
this transition period has been madness. We're starting USCB basketball, both men's and women's. I was there and you were there as well on the call for the inaugural both men's and women's game, and what a success that was. And now the men 3-0 to start the season, 100 points in each of those games. So fun times over there. But what a week for football it was in the Lowcountry. 3 wins, including 2 state championships. Hilton Head Christian Academy Eagles coming out on top 26 over Wilson Hall, avenging their loss to them early on the season. And then the nightcap was a thriller. Patrick Henry rallying down from 18-0. They were down a touchdown late in that game as well. Long pass to Forrest Ferry tied up, and then Hugh ran in for the go-ahead score, and the defense shut it down. So what a tremendous effort there by this Patrick Henry team. That we knew they would be, there were a lot of twists and turns to both those teams, but especially they lost Thomas Hayward, and certainly the questions were out if this team was still capable enough of winning it all. And you just can't count out those boys, those baseball guys. They have that dog in them, and it showed out throughout that playoff run and the finale on Saturday night.
All right, we've got Ron P back with us here in the green room, and apparently he's got some sketchy service. So let's get him in here while we got him. Ron Peduzzi and Matt Smith. Oh, Ron, let me get you. You're in the car, buddy.
I'm driving up 95. Well, I'm not driving. My son's driving. John Patrick driving. So
JP?
Yeah, just picked him up from the airport. And,
all right, so we got JP on too. Outstanding. Yeah, he just wrapped up the season as well yesterday, right?
Finished Saturday. Yes, he did. Finished up Saturday.
Or Saturday. I don't remember what day it is. I had a colonoscopy this morning, boys. I don't remember what day it is. Last couple of days have been a blur. Okay. I'm of that age. I'm of a certain age now. Gentlemen, if you hit the air drums when it comes on in Kroger in the air tonight, you need to go get tested.
Speaking of that,
45 years
did you
old
see the Monday Night Football intro with Chris Stapleton? And was it Snoop
No,
Dogg?
I missed it, but I am a Chris Stapleton.
It was epic, and it was all around in the air tonight. They parodied that song for Monday Night Football intros. So, yeah, that was
well,
cool.
they should have tacked on a colon cancer awareness message on there for a PSA. But gentlemen, congratulations on another state championship. I have been, there to document a number for each of you, and most of them now overlapping. But before, you each had a couple on your own, where you were competing against each other. So you've had a ton of success, and I guess I just ask you to kind of speak to the character of this team and kind of how it measures up to the legacy that you guys have tried to set for Hilton Christian, but even Ron, for you at other programs going back before that, and I'm sure for you, Matt, as well, the values stay the same. Who's going first? Go, Ron.
We do have a high standard, and our culture is one of winning, and we demand that they work hard and come to practice with a good mind, mental attitude, and we're going to work them hard. And we work hard. We work hard in practice, and I think that's where a lot. Of course, we do our coaching and where we build our culture from those guys. And Friday night, so we work real hard during the week, so they can have Friday just to concentrate and play football on Friday. But that's how I've always done it. That I want to be coaching the whole week like a madman, screaming, yelling, and doing whatever I can do to get the guys tough and get them in the right direction, and to play hard football. Got to play hard football the whole time. And then Friday, it's the guys' show. It's their show. It's their day to play. And of course, we're going to keep coaching them. But you need to make practice harder than the game, as hard as you can make it. It's very difficult to do that, but I'm a real big believer in that, and making them work the whole time.
Well, Coach, it was an honor to watch the game in person and to see you guys win your third championship in 4 years. So congratulations to you, Matt Smith, and your staff for this incredible achievement. But you've had some time for it to sink in and just look back on the season. What about this team stands out compared to the other state championship squads that you've coached?
Well, I think I don't think so much different standing out, but they have some similarities. I mean, that's why they won. The defense, number one. Matt's done a great job, and there's no doubt about this. And he'll explain more about the defense and tell you more about the defense. But the defense carried us. That might be a little bit different, and compared to the other ones where the offense carried us. Where we'd be like, we're scoring 55 points tonight. You want to score 55 or 75? We'll just stop that right there. Compared to this year, especially the first two games was definitely a struggle. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And some people probably gave me a little flack about playing Savannah Christian, but I'm like, in the long term, I think it's going to help us. And it's not going to help us that Friday night, but it helped us down the road because we faced no one else more physical and tougher than them. And then, of course, we were just offensively, we were behind the eight ball, and we had the offensive line. So we were scrambling as far as offense, but our defense was really solid, and it showed in Wilson Hall that the defense is going to carry this team and be the main engine. The offense this time was kind of going to be in second place, but as the season went on, they started to get closer and closer up there with the defense. And you got to say again, the defense made some big plays. The big stop on fourth down, the fumble, the strip fumble recovery, and the defense just did not give up, except for the one play, which is a blown coverage, which it had been a while since we had one. So it was the defense that really was the top dog. Not to go back to the top dog, because they were a different defense than the Junkyard Dogs. There's no doubt about that. I'll let Matt explain that. But the offense had to come up, and that's kind of how it worked out. The defense held the fort down until the offense got its act together.
Matt, you want to elaborate on his statement that this was a different defense than the Junkyard Dogs? Because I'm interested to hear some analysis on that.
I think, Ron kind of had always named the defense the Junkyard Dogs because they kind of laid around all week and just showed up on Friday nights and played hard. And he'd be like, "You're like a junkyard dog. You don't do anything all week long." This was a different group of guys. They practiced against our ones. I've always had a motto of hitting covers up mistakes. And that's kind of one of those lines that I use over and over in practice. And this group really bought into that. I mean, we hit people. Like it was a fun defense to coach. We took some penalties, and Ron would go, "What are you doing?" I'm like, they're just not used to seeing physical play. Like I think officials flagged us at times just because they're like, "Whoa, that has to be an illegal hit because that hurt my teeth."
Yeah.
But we just
that was too vicious.
Really
that was too vicious. Too vicious.
You guys are too violent. You're playing 60s and 70s styles football, and we don't like it. And I think that a lot of our guys like that. We allowed them to play physical. We allowed them to fly around. I kind of created a defense that rewards us for, punishing hits and for gang tackling. Ron and I, neither one get on them for like lining up in the wrong gap too much, or if they fly around and they hit and they get a sack for 3 yards or 5 yards, I don't care how they got there. They really don't.
True.
Like,
well,
I mean,
it also
we
when
like
you
to put
play like
positions.
that, it puts the offense kind of just on their heels. They're just a little reticent because indecisive because there might be a dude flying at you if you go in that gap, and so you just kind of get them a little shaky.
Yeah, we definitely got after people from kickoff, to the end of the game. We didn't let up. I kind of told them the only way that you let up is if you come off the field. Like I don't care if we're up by 40. Like if you're in the game, you go play and you go hit, and it's my job to make sure you come out of the game when it's time to take it off.
That's right.
Take it back a notch.
Coach,
use it all up, and I'll get you out when I need to get you out.
The bend but don't break defense was really where I thought it was the difference because, I mean, it was a 7-0 game at halftime. You guys made 2 huge stops, one on the 4th and 1, and then you forced a missed field goal. But talk about how this group stood tall in those situations early, and what you did to try to attack what Wilson Hall was doing out there.
JP's heavy footing it over there.
Do you want to talk about what Wilson Hall was doing defensively, or what we were doing defensively?
I was talking about you guys because the defense was really what carried it early.
Done that
it was a 7-0 game at halftime.
I think we could have. I really think we could have stopped them quicker, but I was kind of scared to give up a big play. So, you look at yards or whatever, and I was like, if we get down in the red zone, I'm going to send all kinds of heat and make life miserable for them. But outside of that, I was okay with them moving the ball a little bit because I just didn't want to give up a big play and cheap score. When I did bring pressure the one time, they hit us over the top, and I was like, okay, well, probably shouldn't do that again. That might be on me, but just kind of thought, all right, we've got a lead, even if it's only 7-0. They're not going to score when they get down there because we're going to pin it back and come after them, and I don't think they can handle it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Reading column is a guy. Oh, you got something to add to that, Ron? Go ahead.
Yeah, run into the ball. That's a big thing every day. Run everybody 11. You can't say it anymore. 11 helmets to the ball, but 11 people to the ball. And that's preached every day during practice, every day during team. And Reed McCollum is, he made a big play there blocking the extra point. And when a team goes down there and scores a big play and you block the extra point, mentally, that's just a crusher.
Yeah.
So
no doubt.
His play right there was big, and he's always around the foot.
Oh, we're losing Peduzzi.
It always seems like the ball bounces into his hands, and he's one of those lucky guys. I was never one of them in high school. The ball never bounced in my hands.
That's because you had a rock in your shoe.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I mean, McCollum definitely stepped up and is, one of the guys that you're certainly excited for the future. You definitely graduated a good bit out of this senior class. So, speak a little bit to what this senior class has brought to the program. And then I guess just talk a little bit about the guys you're excited for next year.
Well, the seniors, I know they bought into being unselfish. And we preach that all the time as a staff and as a culture. You got to be unselfish. You got to want the other guy to win. If you're called upon to play a certain position, and let's face it, not too many kids come to Christian Academy, Hillman Christian Academy, to play offensive line. So some of the guys who had to play offensive line had no intention of playing offensive line, but they stood up and they took that challenge on and they did it. And we're grateful that they did it. So, the seniors really did work together and work hard. And they were unified in that effort. I watched your show Thursday. I watched it Friday morning and I said, I think we're definitely going to win the game, because what Tucker said and Connor said, they were all in unison about being unselfish, about playing for the team, and about being achieving that one goal, which is the final goal of winning the state championship game. So I was real happy what I heard from them, and you saw it after the last couple of weeks. Even though we had some penalties against Pinewood that were unnecessary last week, I think they got the message and they played that way. So real happy what they did. And just the leadership is how they played. Dylan, a guy like Zane Wilson, how he played on defense, and Zane would always be trying to get on my offense. I'm going to play offense. I'm going to play running back. I'm playing running back. No, you're just playing defense. Well, at the end of the year, we needed him at running back, so he must have knew something we did. Yeah. And just a solid dude. But Isaiah Anderson, he got a late start, and he jumped in there and really made a difference. And I could go down the line. AJ Hop, what he did, he struggled at times last year, and he just kind of became the guy, the go-to guy when we needed a play, and that's what he was able to do this year. And then a guy like Gage Zadalokin, he at first he was frustrated. Then he basically said, "Hey, whatever I got to do is coach. Coach, you need someone to return punts? I'll go back here." Now, last year, I'd have never put Gage back here to return a punt. But he worked on it in practice, and, man, it made a difference. It's not so much to return the punt. It's catching the ball and not let it roll for 20 yards. And that's what he did, caught the ball. He caught the ball. Okay, we get the ball there. So I'm sure Matt can add to some of the guys.
Well, we've also got John Hampton in the green room, although he does have his eyes on the TV screen. But we'll let him in. We'll let him in, see how this goes. It's almost halftime. Hopefully he won't use any language that gets us canceled by the FCC or anything during this game with the Chiefs score right here.
No, he's not.
It wouldn't be the first time it's happened on here, but we now have three guys who are part of this coaching staff at HHCA.
Eagles fan here.
I know. It's we're gonna be nice to each other. Hop, talk a little bit about what it has meant to you to, after kind of running yourself into a wall at Bluffton. You had kind of worn yourself thin and just kind of needed to hit reset, and you landed on your feet at Hilton Christian, and you've been a part of this coaching staff and now won a state championship. I've seen on social media and talked with you about what that family there has meant to you. But tell the folks about what it's meant to you this season to be a part of this.
Well, I think everything I've posted in the last 2 days on social media has just been about family. Being able to do everything you've accomplished the last 2 years there with all of my family. My wife's taking pictures, my daughter's cheering, my 2 oldest boys are playing, my youngest boy's holding a headset during a state championship game so I can talk to Dylan when he comes off for breaks. And being able to do that as a family is something I've always been about my whole life. And then being able to just do that freely at HHCA with Coach Peduzzi and Coach Smith has just been amazing. It doesn't matter how long you coach this game, you can always still learn things as you're going. And the things that you just see that other coaches are willing to help you out with and be a part of just makes you feel like a bigger family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coach, it was awesome to see doing your thing at Bluffton. You were awesome over there, and now just so proud of what you've been doing, Hilton Christian Academy, and being a part of the state championship team. But talk about AJ and how cool that was to be able to coach him and just see the amazing season that he has had for the Eagles this year.
I was so happy for him this year coming into the program and doing as well as he did. The biggest thing is he just wanted to get better from last year and be able to help the team in more ways than going out and just trying to catch the balls. I thought he improved his run blocking a lot better this year and got more physical and was excited. Was learning the offense a little bit, and it really showed like his ability to get open. Was just fun as a dad. And then as a coach to see us be able to grow and start averaging 35 points a game once we started clicking across the board. And it really allowed Toddy to do well, allowed Gage to do well, allowed our running game. Dylan could scramble and have his eyes down knowing that more people knew the offense. I thought last year we were all still trying to learn it. I was trying to learn it. So as a dad, I'm super excited. As a coach, it's always great to win a championship. But for me, I've won a championship. This is more for me enjoying it with my family.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, fellas, we appreciate you making time for us tonight. And we do have another state championship team to talk to, as well as Bryson Nimmer coming by to talk about winning the second stage of Q School over in Savannah. So we appreciate you guys. Peduzzi, safe travels. JP, drive safe, buddy. And congrats to everybody.
Go Eagles.
All right, thanks, guys.
Take care, fellas.
All right, happy Thanksgiving.
All right. We'll get them all out of here. There we go. They're all gone. Whew. There's a lot of boxes on my screen right now. It's a little overwhelming. But that's that segment with Hilton Head Christian Academy football brought to you by our MVP sponsors, starting with my wife, Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of LowcoSports. She's with KW of the Lowcountry. That's Keller Williams for you non-real estate people. And she would love to help you find your place in the Lowco, whether it's a starter home or a forever home, maybe an investment property. She's going to work for you to find the spot that'll be just right for you. And because she's the official realtor of LowcoSports, Megan Jarrett, the queen bee of the Lowco Hive. And when we find that home, we're going to call on Homegrown Home Inspections. My friend Jan Lucas and his team will take a look at it from top to bottom, give you the best customer service and the top level of expertise in the area when it comes to home inspections, and make sure that you're making a great investment, because Homegrown Home Inspections is the official home inspector of LowcoSports. And then when it's time to sign the papers, we'll go to Mickelson Law Firm, the official real estate closing attorneys of LowcoSports, and they will get us all set up for closing, get you the keys, and put you on your way. Ryan and Tiffany were our sponsors back in 2017, still with us today, and they are here to help with all your legal needs at Mickelson Law Firm. And Hospice Care, the Lowcountry, the official hospice care of LowcoSports. They are providing so much more, though. It's Hospice and Palliative Care Month in November, and it's a great time to take a look at hospice care and what they do for our community, including free grief counseling and many more things. They have some great fundraisers all the time, great events that you can support, and it's a great way to help out our community, because at Hospice Care of the Lowcountry, it's not about dying, it's about living. And now we celebrate the Patrick Henry boys. Let's get them all in here. We got Coach Joe Gray, we got Stricklander, and we got the wonderkin Jackson Wiggins. Where'd you go, Joe Gray? You were all set up, and then I pulled you in, and you went on walkabout. We got to work on some of these guys in their tech set.
Here's the water sound again.
He's underwater again. All right, Joe Gray's underwater again. We're going to mute him for a minute. Well, he's underwater.
Jeez, can't do
Gentlemen,
anything.
well, Wiggins, I was told you were coming just to razz Joe Gray, so have at it. He's walking around making us listen to him underwater.
You know what? His underwater audio speaks for itself. I don't need to give him grief for that. I've just let him destroy himself.
He's still got water in his clothes from Saturday night.
That too.
Yeah. I have to say, I don't think he even made an effort to avoid that. He saw it coming. He braced for it. He let it go right down his back. He was ready for it. He enjoyed the fruits of his labor, as I said on Instagram Live. But where are you going, Joe Gray? Settle somewhere, Bubba. Settle.
Jeez, old people.
Settle down now. Hey, can we hear you now? Oh, now he's gone completely. He's a mess, man. But, well, let's look at the highlights while we got you boys here. They're courtesy of, they're kind of weird.
That's not a highlight. Don't show that.
That was not a highlight. That was how it started, though. It started poorly. That was before I got there and brought the good luck. These came from Corey Howard from WSAV. I don't know why the video is so weird, but they look better somewhere else.
14-0 deficit, but here come the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
The offense getting started. Hugh Ferry leading the charge at quarterback. And, I mean, just, talk about the mental toughness of this team to be behind a couple times early on, then down again late in the ball game and able to come from behind and finish the job.
I know Jackson and Joe Gray can definitely, because they're the play callers and everything. But, I mean, what was the fourth or fifth game we've been down like that. And, our kids, they just don't quit. In years past, this is my 8th year on the staff. And in years past, when we get down like that, I remember sometimes the kids was just kind of, well, I guess we're not going to win, whatever. And, this year, I mean, we talk about a culture change and everything else. I mean, those kids, they refuse to lose.
Oh, yeah, that line. They were tremendous.
Oh, Pats, baby.
Yeah, Jackson told them we were going live, so now they're just all over the place.
Oh yeah, that's the objective. We want everybody on here. We want them to know we're going live. That's the whole point. That's why we bring people on here, so they'll want to listen. If it's just us, nobody cares. But no, Joe Gray's been in and out here. I don't know what's going on over at his house. We got to get better internet at Joe Gray's house.
It's crazy. Me and Jackson are in the woods, and Joe Gray's in the middle of Estill, and we get better internet than him.
I think it may be user error in that case. I think that may be what it is. But pretty good odds. Well, Stricklander, you are the historian. So if I'm not mistaken, 94 was the last one.
Yes.
But go back through. Tell us where this fits into the annals.
All right. So we won the title in 90. We won in 92 and 94. And that was all with Coach Cone. And then, we had a couple of bad seasons in the late 90s and decided it was time to make a change and went down to 8-man. And we played for the title in 2009. I was a junior that year on that team, and we played Wardlaw Academy, and it was like 76-54 we lost. I mean, it's 8-man,
Yeah.
And then we played again 2 years later, 2011, and played Wardlaw again and lost. And we'd had some really good 8-man teams. They're ready to shave my hair. I told them I'd let them shave it if we won. But, we had some really good 8-man teams. But we just couldn't make that push. I remember the year before we went back to 11-man, we made it to the semifinals. And we had a really good team that year. And, honestly, I think we should have done a little bit better than 6-4 last year. And we knew going into this year with the guys we have and then, some of the transfers we got over, we knew this year was going to be special.
Well, Hugh did get hurt pretty early in the season last year, mid-season. You were rolling along pretty good until that happened.
Yeah.
So that was a factor. But Jackson, you got to be the head coach for one night this season. But was this how many seasons you been on staff? First season on staff?
This is my second season on staff.
Second season. So you came on last year.
Yeah, I was last year, and they switched me over to offense this year.
Well, talk to me about that offense, because it definitely was fairly unique in Skeeza 1A, but even going up the levels, there's not a lot of teams in Skeeza that are going to want to spread you out and do the things you do. So talk to me a little bit about your philosophy and how you were able to exploit some things this year.
Well, I've always kind of grown up studying football and everything, and I've always been a huge fan of the flex bone offense and options. So I would always watch Paul Johnson and everything, and kept going on, kept going on. I always told myself after I graduated high school, if I ever coach football, I was going to run the flex bone offense. And then I ended up going to Coastal Carolina when Jamie Chadwell was there. And so I got to watch that offense perform. And I was like, wow, I'm like, this is really cool because Jamie Chadwell's doing so much more with probably less talent than all the teams were playing. He's competing year in, year out. And I just sat down. I started studying that offense almost every day, more than I was probably attending to my homework while I was in school. But learned some of the concepts, and I realized that a lot of things with it were from kind of flex bone or just option offenses. And we had the players that we had this year. You can run that offense. I was a little nervous at the beginning of this year because you go from running like I formation or single wing to completely spread offense. And usually, each year the offense gets better. But when we started the season with like a 55-point performance and a 30-point performance and then another 40-point performance and then a 35-point performance, I was like, okay, I think they kind of learned this all right. And I have a year where it's going to be more spread to run. Then our run game disappeared and then kind of just became a air raid towards the end of the year, which worked out for us in the end.
Yeah, Cook says so much for that flex bone. So much for you and Corley's collarbones. But no, a great Wes. You got a question for these guys? Hop in. I think we're going to have another friend joining us shortly.
Yeah, we talked a lot about this offense, and it really came back, but it was the other side of the ball that really shut it down. I think this Lee County team certainly had their way at points. William West was a stud for the Cavaliers, but you guys were able to stop them late. Nathan Corley, talk with him because this is a guy that came in, missed the better part of the year, but he was electric and just beastly by his way, the way he was able to blow things up as the game went on and provided some excellent impacts on the defensive side of the ball to stop that offense. So tell me about Corley and how this defense responded late in that ball game to help you guys win.
Yeah, him coming back, he was that spark we needed on defense. I mean, Lee's last two drives and we sacked him, like 4 times in a row. I mean, he was a big part of that. Jackson always says he's got that nasty attitude that you need to play D-line, and make those plays and get up in there and hit the guys. Stop it, Blue.
Speaking of nasty attitudes, we got a couple of nasty fellas in the green room right now. Let's bring them in.
Oh, no.
We got Gerald Freeman, and I saw Cohen Freeman hanging around there too. Sorry, there's 2 Freemans with similar first names, as y'all know. What's going on, Gerald? How you doing, man?
Hey, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Hey.
Talk to us.
He's on his phone.
I don't know. Gerald, can you hear us? Talk to us, man. Speaking of technological difficulties, we're having trouble with Gerald. We're going to see if maybe somebody on his end can get him sorted out over there. And
I got a text from Joe Gray saying he's trying to work out the Wi-Fi problems.
Well, we got to do something about this Wi-Fi situation out in Hampton County. I'll tell you what, it's a whole mess out there. But we're gonna have to get. I'm dying at the comments over here. I'm dying at the comments.
Yeah, they're talking about playing another skit. I don't know when we'll do that, but
we've seen it during baseball season. They're having fun out there at the farm, so they're used to it. They're used to.
I'm quite certain. Well, they can submit a skit, and we can just play it on the air if they want to. It doesn't have to be live. They can record it. Corley's nominating you for president, Wes. He's got you for president. Oh, Joe Gray went to the office. That's how bad he wanted to do this. He ran to the office.
Here we go.
What's up? Finally. Can you hear me?
To the office. What's going on, buddy? We got Bryson Nimmer waiting in the green room, by the way. So we could start a little turf war. More jokes. I got so many jokes tonight. But no, Joe Gray, let's let you have your moment now that you got somewhere with internet. And let's see if Gerald can get in here too.
I'm in here, brother. You in?
We got you, bro. We got you.
Hey,
all right.
What we talking about? What we gonna do?
Well, we're just talking about the Patrick Henry boys. Did you have something? You texted me saying you wanted to get in, so I reckon you have something to say.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now what I want to say. All I want to do is tell you boys how proud I am of my boys. Can you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir. We got you.
I'm
or
not,
as Hugh and Forrest would say, yes, sir.
I'm not bragging. I know we had a hard road, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm proud of my boys. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about them. I love them. I'm proud of them. Hey, they come to the show. They fought, and I'm taking nothing from Lee or Dorchester. Both of those games, they fought hard. Both teams fought hard. Hey, I love my boys. I'm proud of them.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
well, we're proud of them as well. You got anything to say to the coaching staff here?
Well, the coaching staff knows they have a special dinner at my house. My wife's gonna cook them a bomb diggity brisket. Justin, have you ever eaten a Texas brisket?
Oh, yes, sir. I grew up in Kansas, southeast parts. Out of Texas brisket.
But no, my coach.
Yeah, you make sure I know the time and place and date for that.
Hey, if you and Wes want to come, you're invited. But it's all guys now. It's all because we might say a swear word or two, or either we might do a little drinking. But anyway, you're in.
It might be a cold beer.
But we might even do a little lucky drink there.
Well, guys, so proud of what you all have done. But the football season is not over in Hampton County because the Canes are getting ready for a clash with Oceanside Cup.
Let me tell you something. My family, we planning on trying to make it next week, trying to support them. Hey, I grew up, in this county. A lot of the guys, the older guys, we came up together, we played ball together and everything. But anyway, we're going to go try to support them. And you know what? It's awesome that I can't tell you how good it makes me feel for us to have it. And I would give anything for them to bring the damn gold home too. You follow me?
Hell yeah, bro.
And
we're all in with you. We're all in with you.
What I'm trying to say is, I know a lot of them kids out there, and you know what? I want both of us to bring it home, but we're gonna try to go. We're gonna go to Oceanside. I don't know if they can handle me, but I'm coming. I'm on the way.
All right, Gerald.
Hey, I'm gonna let the flat side drag, baby. You ever heard that?
I'm not familiar with that one, but
if you're gonna be a bear, son, you got to be a grizzly, and I'm on the way.
All right, brother. We're gonna let you go. We appreciate you.
All right.
We'll see you real soon. Looking forward to that brisket and that hog hunt.
Hey, I'm on. I got you. You invited.
I know it. You don't let me forget. All right. Take care, brother.
All right, brother.
Joe Gray, I had to get Gerald out of here so we can get you a word in edgewise. What because you've been trying to say something all night.
That's okay. This whole thing's been kind of surreal. The last 48 hours has been nothing but an adrenaline rush. I think I'm worn out physically and mentally. I'm ready to put down the X's and O's for a little while and kind of take a little break. It's so much involved. I love it. The kids are great. I know they're exhausted from the year as well. Coaching staff. What a great way to go into the Thanksgiving holiday, leading into Christmas. Couldn't ask for a better ending.
We can see Gerald's brown liquor in the freezer in the green room right now. We figured out, by the way, Hugh figured out what the problem was at home. Miles was hogging the Wi-Fi playing Fortnite.
That's probably true.
Not Miles, it's Melee.
Yeah. But it's all good, man. You know, we have a great bunch of kids. I talked with Wayne Brown today, the baseball coach, and he was congratulating me on our victory. And I told him, I said, listen, we have the same kids on the baseball team, the football team. They play everything. You know the kind of kids we have. They don't want to lose. They do not like losing. And the big thing that sticks out for me is Nathan Corley in the state championship game.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. The kid hadn't played in 10 or 12.
He was out long enough to bag 2 deer, and then he comes back and plays the state championship game like a dog.
Absolutely. You know, we had another kid. We had a 9th grader who stepped in at guard for us, Evan Phillips. And he's just a 9th grader, and he's not a huge 9th grader. And he stepped up for us. And you look at, we had 5 different kids score touchdowns in the state championship game. That's what we were about. Is we have so many good football players that can do such great things for us. Step up when we need to have them step up. It's just been incredible.
You got that right, as Forrest said there. But yeah, comeback kids, pick the sport. It doesn't matter. Baseball and now football, they get it done, and they just find a way. But Coach, reflect on those seniors, especially what Hugh has done and what Forrest has done.
Yeah, Hugh threw for 2,500 yards, rushed for just south of 1,000. Forrest has 1,000 yards receiving. I think Michael Tucker Mathis ended up with 9. He was like 7 yards short on all-purpose yards of having 1,000 for himself. TJ Johnson had 600-plus yards receiving. Offensively, we were absolutely lights out. And so many, the senior leadership with the Ferry twins, Hunter Cook, who got hurt and played basically the whole year with a torn ACL, Andy Searles, Alan Berg, those kids who've been in the program all stepped up. And I'll starting last year with that group of seniors that kind of helped build this year, they have a part in this too, because they took that first step for us back to 11-man, and these seniors kind of took it to a new level. And I can see it in the younger guys. You learn from your upperclassmen, and they are learning what it takes to be a team player and to give it all you have, and to will yourself to win sometimes when you might not be having the best day. That's the trick, digging deep in. Nathan Corley practiced one practice after being out 13 weeks before he finally got cleared to play. And that game on Saturday night, pure heart, because he was exhausted. Michael Tucker Mathis, I thought we were going to have to cart him off the field because he was just absolutely gassed. And, we were like, well, who are we going to put in for Michael Tucker if he needs to come out? And I'm looking around, and there's no replacing Michael Tucker, and I'm like, man, you got to go. You got to go. And, he found a way. And, not only does he play, he plays at such a high level. He's incredible. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, fellas, we got to move on because we do have Bryson Nimmer waiting, and he's an important man. We can't keep him waiting too long. He might not come back. But we want to say thanks to all 3 of you, as well as Blue over there. You're my and Jarrett in the green room. Appreciate your contributions, and congratulations once again. And we'll see you out there for basketball and baseball out at the farm. Yeah, look at Stricklander proudly wearing that medal. He earned it so hard with stat keeping. He probably slept in it. All right, boys. We appreciate you. Congratulations, fellas.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
All right. Saying goodbye to the Patrick Henry boys. That segment brought to you by our varsity sponsors, Parker Law Group, our friends who have been serving folks with their legal needs across Hampton, Carlton, and Jasper counties for years. We appreciate their support to allow us to continue to expand our coverage in those counties and shine a light on more deserving teams and student athletes around the Loco, like the Patrick Henry boys. And DDS Web Design. We're all online so much. You need a website that is going to get you business. So if you don't have a website, or if you're not getting clicks that lead to business, you need to call on DDS to host, maintain, and optimize your website so that you'll get found online so you can do more and think bigger. Check them out at ddshhi.com. And now we shift gears to golf because we have the man of the hour, Mr. Bryson Nimmer, longtime friend of Lowco. What's going on, man?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Doing well, doing well. Congratulations, first of all, on your engagement. That's big news. Settling down, but also getting your career, taken off recently. With obviously this time of year is Q school time. It's time to kind of try to claim your spot in the pecking order, and it's a grind. It's a really difficult thing that you have to. It all comes down to how you play for just a couple of weeks out of the year. But you've got yourself set up pretty well right now after winning the second stage. If I am not mistaken, you have 8 guaranteed starts already and a chance to improve upon that. So give people an idea of, what this really means for you as far as trying to get your career to the next level, to have done what you've done and to have the opportunity that you have next month.
In January. It's been huge for me, obviously. I had a pretty terrible year. Compared to what I wanted to do. So lost status, kind of had to go scrap and claw and try to get it back. So it went according to plan, and I was able to do that. And now I get to go in December and just try to get a PGA Tour card out of it. So golf's crazy. You can go from having nothing to having it all in a matter of about 2 months. So hopefully that's the case.
And go back the other way just as quick if you don't stay on top of it. It's a wild thing.
You got to take it day by day, and you've done a fantastic job of putting in the grind. And you have to recognize that you have to have some patience here, because it takes a while to get to where you want to go. Just the extra effort and grind that you've shown throughout these years, starting during the pandemic and just continue to work your way up. Really proud of just what you've been doing every step of the way to continue to go up that ladder. But just tell me about what went so right for you in this past round of Q school and what you're looking forward to in the finale.
Yeah, it was a crazy year. I had a lot of crazy stuff, just injuries and getting used to the travel and all that kind of stuff being on tour. So I learned a ton, and it didn't go according to plan all the time, but I think I'm way better off now for next year. And like you said, things just went as well as I could have hoped for this past week. I got ball striking was great, a lot of good work with my coach here on Hilton Head, Tim Cook, and I've been having back problems all year, and got with a good group over here in Hilton Head, the Fromm Center for Restorative Health, and I honestly now feel as good with my golf game as I have pretty much ever. So it's exciting for me. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out there on the PGA Tour as quick as I can now.
Yeah, that's outstanding, man. So you go to Jacksonville or Ponte Vedra? Is that where you play?
Jacksonville,
next?
Yep. Down at TPC.
Yeah. And that'll be in January, correct?
It's December 14th through the 17th. Yep.
Okay. For some reason, I thought I'd seen January. So, yeah, just a couple of weeks here, a little breather probably this week, and then kind of hit it hard for a couple of weeks and get ready for that. So, what is your mindset? Obviously, your mindset is go shoot the lowest number you can shoot. But what are you, as far as your preparation, how does your preparation for this event, differ maybe from just going to play your ordinary 4-day event?
It's cool. It's kind of cool for me because normally with Q school, each stage you're just trying to get through. You're just do well enough,
right.
Just keep moving on. And I was really lucky, obviously, to go ahead and win, so that way I locked up status. So I kind of get to go to this tournament in a little different mindset than I would have. I'm
got a little safety net.
Yeah, a little safety net. So I'm just gonna go in and try to win. get a PGA Tour card. I don't have to worry about the Corn Ferry side of it now. So
Yeah,
it's a good spot.
that's a good relief to be able to have that guaranteed number of Corn Ferry starts when you next year. It's nice to be able to know in the back of your mind that'll happen. But certainly you have bigger things on the horizon as you get ready for this event. Just tell me about the training that you're gonna do these next few weeks. What do you want to focus on in your game as you get ready for a big event ahead?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is just kind of sharpening up what I'm already doing. I think on a really good track here with my swing coach, Tim, we've kind of gotten the game pretty good, and all areas are kind of clicking right now. So the hardest part with golf is things can go bad just as quick as they can go good. So it's like just really sharpen things and make sure they stay as good as they possibly can for as long as they possibly can. So, we're going to be doing a lot of short game stuff, working on the chipping, the putting, cleaning up that kind of stuff, and just make sure I'm ready to go by the time I get down there.
Yeah, once you kind of get it locked into the groove, you just want to make sure it doesn't, you keep it fine tuned and don't let anything start going awry, especially right now, because I mean, you're so close to the finish line of setting yourself up for 2024 here. So, but as I mentioned earlier, congratulations on your engagement to, local celebrity, Riley Miller, WJCL News. You guys are the power couple. I see you at all of our hospice care events nowadays. You're the power couple there, and they're a big sponsor of ours. So always great to see you out there. But, I guess talk a little bit just about growing up. I mean, you come out of college and you're thrown into professional golf and a lot of adult things that, you are preparing yourself for, but still there's a lot of things you haven't had to do yet. So how much of some of the kind of up and down that guys go through from your perspective comes from just, there's a lot that you're figuring out at that time in your life, and trying to focus as much on your golf as you need to is difficult. But it seems like now you've kind of got, settled into life, and that helps the golf to come along when you have some consistency and routine there. So I guess talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, Justin. It's like, you're trying to do all that and travel and keep up your game and all that kind of stuff and live a normal life per se at the same time. So it's not easy, but it's been awesome. I mean, this last year, obviously the golf wasn't the way I wanted it, but then, getting engaged and having Riley's been amazing. So it's just, life's crazy. I mean, you never know what's coming. You don't know when that stuff's going to happen. And, you got to take the punches, and then you got to be happy about the exciting things. So,
right.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. There's always a plan. So I'm just looking forward to doing the best I can going forward.
It's great stuff, man. And your alma mater came up big this past week. We had the football state championship. So I'm sure, it's always cool to check in on your school back here in the Lowco and see what they're doing. But they're accomplishing some big things across the athletic spectrum, and they've got some strong golfers as well. Have you checked in on just the athletic program in general, the football team, or just how that golf program's doing?
Yeah. We actually went to a Hilton Christian event the other night, and I got a little update on all the sporting programs. The golf team's doing great too. The football team's doing amazing. I mean, I think they're just on a really good track. They've got great people there, the leadership, all the coaching staffs. I mean, they do a great job, and I was really happy to be an Eagle, and I'm super proud of those guys. And if any of them are watching, y'all did a great job.
Yeah, they definitely did, and they were definitely watching earlier because we had Coach Peduzzi in here with us, as well as
there we go.
Coach Matt Smith and Coach Hop. So we celebrated them earlier, definitely, and they had a great run. Your Tigers taking on the Gamecocks this weekend. That'll be a big one. So I know that'll
be a big week, Justin.
That's going to get your heart pumping for sure. But no. I don't even know where I was going with that, but it's great to see you, man. And it's great to see you having success. And, we've been in touch throughout the years, and it ebbs and it flows. I mean, it's just like any other, like a baseball player. You might go 0 for 14 and then all of a sudden you go 8 for 10 with 4 homers, and there's definitely a flow to it. But I've watched you keep it steady and keep trusting the process and keep pushing forward. It's great to see you having success here. And certainly, so let's get in the weeds a little bit more, just so people understand what we're talking about. Yep. What status have you secured at this time? And then kind of what's on the line in this next stage?
Yeah. So far I've secured the first 8 events for the Corn Ferry season next year.
Right.
So
Corn Ferry is basically like a step below the second tier tour, AAA of golf, basically.
Yes, yeah. So Corn Ferry basically is the feeder for the PGA Tour. So we're trying to finish top 30 throughout the year on Corn Ferry to then get on the PGA Tour.
Right.
So I've got that locked up, which is great. And the first 8's a pretty big deal because if you just play well in those events, you're going to get in the rest of the season, and you can do that and get top 30 and get on the PGA Tour. But then you also have the opportunity now at final stage that they're giving 5 PGA Tour cards.
Right. So you can surge all the way up if you get that top 5 and go straight to the tour, which would be amazing. To be able to take that jump up over the Corn Ferry straight to the tour. So certainly so much on the line, and we're really excited to see how it goes for you. But just give me your overall mentality and your thoughts heading into these big events. You're doing well. You're advancing to this final stage. What goes through your mind, and how do you approach mentally this period of your career?
I think it's nothing really different. It's just, just kind of really trying to stay focused on your goals and what you're trying to achieve. And I mean, obviously my goal is to get on the PGA Tour. So, this is a great opportunity. You don't get this a lot. This is the first time I've ever been 1 week away from being on the PGA Tour. So it's a big deal. And I'm just going to approach it the same way I approach all of them, and try to get ready for it, be prepared, and then go play the best golf I possibly can, and whatever happens, happens.
So as I look at this now a little bit deeper, I see that basically if you finish in the top 25, you're exempt through the 3rd reshuffle. So basically the whole season. If you get in the top 40, you're through the 2nd reshuffle. So, I mean, you've got a lot of ways boxes to check to improve where you already are. So I would think with that in mind, your mentality is just go make as many dang birdies as you can, right? Like you're going to go try to fire at sticks and go as low as you can, because the lower you go, the more status you get. So that's got to be fun, as opposed to going out and feeling like you have to feel your way around the course for 2 days and be careful and not make a mistake. Like you can just go grip it and rip it and try to make birdies. And that's got to be exciting.
Definitely. I mean, it completely changes your game plan. Q school is really hard because it's this like ebb and flow of do I be conservative? Do I go for the pin? You're constantly kind of just trying not to make mistakes, I guess, like you said. And
well, because one bogey could be the difference between advancing or not every time, but so could one birdie, right? Like,
So it's this constant battle on the course of like, do I need to make a birdie right now? Is it better just to hit it to the middle of the green and make your par? And it was tough coming down the stretch this past week because, I kind of got to like 7 under through like 12, and I knew I was near the lead, but at the same time, you can't fall out of the top 15 or you don't advance. So I had a great caddy on my bag, Ryan Clancy, and he just
Clance. My guy from USCB.
That's right. He's the man.
He's a character. You definitely couldn't get uptight with him on the bag. He's
man. I mean, shoot, he was awesome. I mean, he made some great calls and just kept me calm and like not overthinking stuff. And
that's awesome.
We played kind of conservative coming in, and I ended up making some putts, and we ended up winning anyways. But
that's awesome.
It was just like, if I had been more aggressive, that might not have happened. So it's just one of those things. Q school's tough, but now I've got the status and I can just go fire at pins, and we're going to be really aggressive that week.
Very cool.
Bryson, tell me about some of the other guys, support staff in your corner, your coaches and others that have helped to, support you and lift you throughout this journey so far.
What's that? I didn't catch you there, Wes.
He was just asking about some of the other folks on your team that have helped you, get to where you are.
Yeah, it's been great. I've had a really good support system. I mean, my family's been awesome. They, have been behind me the whole way. They've really supported me. Obviously, my swing coach on Hilton Head here is Tim Cook. I've been with him since I was 15 years old. So, I mean, we've been working together for a long time. My trainer out in Bluffton, Derek Lemire. It's just, you got to kind of have that nowadays.
Yeah.
Think back then, a long time ago, you didn't really, it was just you walk out with your caddy and you go play golf. But nowadays, I mean, the game's changed a lot, and you have to have a support system to be able to do this.
Well, it also builds in some accountability and things like that to yourself, because if you're going through it and you're struggling, it can be real easy to talk yourself out of going out and putting in the work, So when you've got somebody who's calling you going, hey, man, where are you? It's time. That keeps you, on the path and trusting the process and all that stuff we talked about. So, well, hey, man, congratulations again. And we look forward to having you back here in about a month to talk about your PGA Tour status.
That sounds like a plan. I always love being on with you guys.
Speak it into existence, baby. I hope you enjoyed the Patrick Henry boys from the green room. That was a good time.
Oh, man. That Jarrett, he was awesome.
Oh, you want to go? You want to go on a hog hunt with us?
Heck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, he wants me to put together a camera crew and come on a hog hunt with him. I said, what are we killing them with? Bows or guns? He said, knife. So I've seen some pictures, brother. These are not your ordinary hogs.
As long as he brings that bottle of bourbon, we'll be good to go.
I think there'll be plenty of options at your disposal. Over there, but well, hey, man, we appreciate you, and enjoy the R&R over the holidays. Say hi to the fam, and we look forward to seeing you do damage down there in Jacksonville.
Thank you, guys. I look forward to being back on.
Right on, man. Take care, Bryson.
See you guys.
Bryson Nimmer, everybody, Lowco legend and friend of the show. Love having him on. He waited for a long time for Gerald and him to quit blabbing about the Patrick Henry boys. But Wes, you had some technical difficulties over there, but I saw you. Uh-oh. I can't hear you. Oh, there you are.
Hear me?
Barely. Let me adjust your microphone settings.
I'm enjoying my phone because my battery drains so quickly these days.
I think your microphone may be covered up because I can barely hear you. There we go. That sounds better.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Like I said, my battery is draining so quickly on my computer. I brought it down with me. I have to make sure I bring my charger next time because it drains in a hurry. But yeah, I was able to join through my phone. But yeah, great to talk to Bryson, and really cool to cover his story, his journey all the way since I became a part of this, and to see what he's done from those smaller tours and jump on the pandemic and just continue on that journey, find ways to win. And now he said he could be like a couple weeks away from his leading tour partnership.
Yeah, still getting you a little muffled. I could barely hear you, but I could hear you. But maybe turn is the bottom of your phone covered up right now? I think it may be covering up your mic. Is that better? No, it's still pretty bad, but that's okay. We'll wrap this thing up and bring it in for a landing. I think I already know. Oh, I'm getting some feedback now. We'll bring this thing in for a landing. Technical difficulties getting us here at the end, but I think I already know who our teams of the week are because we talked at great length about them tonight. Hilton Head Christian Academy and Patrick Henry football, as well as Hampton County football. So let's just watch this. And then we'll get on out of here. We'll watch some Hampton County highlights. Jalen Singletary with the excellent return to start the game, set him up. Yeah, I can't hear you, Wes. And then Zion got it in the end zone. Great crowd in Hampton on Friday night. Some good kick coverage then by Mickey Mandrell Sanders. He had a monster game, didn't he? We can't hear you, but you can nod your head. And then Zaymon Lofties. Oh, high points it. And he's going the other way. I picked up the huddle video because we lose him here. So I pick up the huddle video. There we go. See him get almost home. Down to the 5. Crowd going crazy. And then the defense again. Jalen Singletary with the pick. He had a monster game all around. He's a good player, man. Just a sophomore. He's going to be something else. And then we got Chris Terry barreling into the end zone. I can hear something over there, Wes, but it's not your voice. Some click-clacking or something. Rafe Sullivan with the extra point. He did also make a field goal in this game. Made it 17-0. There's my guy, DC Causey. One of the big uglies up front. It's DeMonte Mathis' birthday, Big D. Happy birthday, Big D. Oh, look at Zion. Look at Zion. He finishes with 153 on 24 carries and 4 touchdowns. That one was the dagger, and they got to kneel it out. Hurricanes march on. They'll take Oceanside. They go up to Oceanside on Friday. I will be out of town, but I'm going to be there in spirit, and Wes will be there in reality.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Then we got Coach Hanna.
Played great first half defensively. Didn't get it in the end zone a couple times we could have, but wore them down enough in the fourth, made some big plays we needed to do because they gassed us and came back. Just proud of the guys for their effort, their focus, and executing when the game's on the bottle him. Yeah, they bottled him up pretty good early, and he just kept feeding
Talking
the ball,
about Zion, of course.
Other guys, and eventually they ain't gonna bottle him up forever. He's gonna hit it, and in fourth quarter I said we ain't turning the ball over. We just give it to him and let him eat. So proud of him for that, and the O-line. And we had some receivers make some phenomenal catches on third downs and that keep drives going, and that was big for us. Just to keep the ball away from them because we didn't want them to get in a position where their back could have wore us down. He's a big load to bring down, and we just felt like if we keep it away from them and stay ahead of them, that was the goal. Nothing better than practicing on Thanksgiving Day.
And here's the highlight. Turn it up. Over 8,000 people have watched this on Instagram today. Uh-oh. There we go. TJ kills me. I mean, that is as good as it gets. That is a team that is having fun and just loving on each other. And that's not a act like you've been here before thing either, because they do that after every win. That's a tradition that was born this year to make that a habit to celebrate every win, because they're hard to come by, and they're just 2 away from a state championship that very few people could have seen coming, but they all believe in it wholeheartedly right now. And I think that gives them a real chance on Friday night. And they can get to Orangeburg, all bets are off. 1 game for all the marbles. So congratulations to Patrick Henry and Hilton Head Christian Academy. Thanks to all the folks who joined us tonight to talk about their state championship victories. And we look forward to Friday night with Hampton County. We'll talk more USCB basketball and high school basketball tomorrow night. We were hoping to get that in, but we won't get to it tonight. We'll save that for the Hoops Report. The Lowco Booster Club helped present this show. They are Prime IV Hydration and Wellness, now open in Belfair Town Village, offering full service hydration and drips with IV drips with all kinds of minerals and vegetables, vitamins that you need to get you up and running and feeling relaxed and refreshed. So go check them out. Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton. My guy, Dr. Ambrose Cole, is the best chiropractor I know. Go see him if you need to get your body feeling right again. Barefoot Floor Care, the Lowcountry. Chris Odom will get your floors so clean. Your feet will thank you. The official floor cleaners of LowcoSports. Eagle Creations, great secret over on Argent Boulevard. If you need emergency items to promote your business or some apparel or a proudly Southern gift basket for the holidays. And Court Lifestyle Pros, Lowcountry natives Daniel and Debbie Court, selling the Lowco lifestyle on HHI. We thank them along with our varsity sponsors, DDS Web Design and Parker Law Group, and our MVP sponsors, Megan Jarrett, Realtor with Keller Williams of the Lowcountry, Mickelson Law Firm, Hospice Care of the Lowcountry, and Homegrown Home Inspections. We also thank Bryson Nimmer for stopping by, and to all of you for listening or watching. And until next time, go Lowco.
The LowcoSports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Lowco.